This is a good lunch. Have you had any of these yet?
Couple.
They're so good. You don't love them?
I don't love them, but dill pickle is not my favorite flavor.
What's your favorite?
I like barbecue.
Oh, well, yeah. When growing up in Louisiana, I used to eat spicy pickle chips, and those are like so good.
Ketchup flavored.
I've never heard of such a thing until you introduced it to me.
Very Canadian. Very Canadian.
We'll have to get some.
So in here we have the Setra driver's manual, which has in it, this is actually for our model, which is very handy, but it has all kinds of interesting information on here that we should check when we're lost and don't know what things are. We should probably look in here, because look at the diagrams it's got. The entire driver's area, all the controls, all marked out very carefully. And number 13, front compartment release knob. Pull knob to release front hatch spare tire compartment.
Oh my goodness.
And that's 13. You look along the numbers, there's 13 right there, which is right here. I got it right here.
Okay.
So you go outside.
Okay.
You go outside, I'm going to pull it, and let's see what happens, all right?
Okay.
Don't get too close, because it might fall.
Okay, here we go. Pull it again. I hear it doing something, but it's not moving. Here, maybe you should let me pull it.
All right, let me take a listen to it. I was hoping it would be dramatic.
I know. Okay.
Well, when we pull the knob inside, we can definitely hear something happening here, but nothing is moving, nothing is loosening up, and it's still solidly attached. So there's got to be a way to do that. We'll figure it out. It's a little knob. There's a little knob underneath the dashboard on the left-hand side that you pull, and it's supposed to release a latch that holds the bumper onto the body of the bus. It's basically like a bicycle cable that's attached to this knob. You pull the knob, you pull the cable then pulls on a latch underneath that releases it. It's not releasing it.
It's just stuck.
It's stuck.
Like everything else.
You
should eat, mister.
The heaters inside the passenger compartment run off the coolant lines from the engine. Coolant comes out of the, let's just call it water, because you just call it coolant, and it's non-intuitive when you're thinking about heating. You're trying to heat the bus, and we're talking about coolant. But it comes out, the water comes out of the engine compartment hot, goes into the heat exchangers in the bus. There's 4 of them. It gets radiated out, and a fan blows it out into the air ducts that we've since removed. So what we need to do is remove the actual heat exchangers that are in the bus. There's four of them. And in order to do that, though, we have to be able to disconnect them from the coolant lines. There are 2 main coolant lines that run along the center of the bus from the engine right up forward to the driver's compartment. And we're going to trying to figure out. I've been trying to trace them back, and it's supposed to be 2 valves. And if we use the valves, it doesn't matter, because we'd still have to turn them back on again, because we want to be able to use the heating in the driver's compartment while the bus is running and moving. because that works, not just heats the driver, but it also works the defroster and all that stuff in the windshield. So
Yeah.
we're going to keep that. But to do that, we need to have the coolant, the water lines intact from the engine to the front. However, we do want to remove the heat exchangers in the passenger area, so we've decided on a system to do that, and I've discussed that in another video. Now I'm trying to trace those lines back. I know where they are. I can't find, there's supposed to be a valve back here to shut off both the return and the flow into the passenger compartment. But I can't find it. That's the air conditioner, which is completely out of commission. I do know that the pipes go back there and then along here. Anyway, follow me, will you? Up inside here. This is the heat exchanger or the heater. I'm going to call it a heater from now on, since I don't know what the heck I'm talking about half the time. This is the coolant line. I believe this is the one that comes in from the engine, because it's got a regulator on it. This is the return, which goes back to the engine. And see, it goes back under here. Most of the lines, the air and coolant lines, go underneath the aisle here. Let me just get this out of the way. So, they come in here, and they attach to the main line, which comes, this I believe comes from the engine. This goes back to the engine. And you can see there's lines here as well that go into the heater that's in here. Now I can't find a valve to shut off these. And we've decided, I think, to keep the one in the driver's compartment for when we're actually driving in cold weather. That way we can, you don't have to worry about heating the driver and keeping the windshields defrosted. So if we can't find the valve, well, we only use the valve to shut it off so we can cut these anyway. So what I'm going to do, this is our plan. This is our plan so far. Plans tend to change, I've found. We're going to drain all the coolant. We need to replace it anyway, so we're going to drain it all. And while it's out of the bus, we're going to get in here, we're going to cut these and cap them somehow. Here, both here and at the back, there's another pair. And cap them probably so they don't, so it won't leak. And then we can take these out. That's going to be a job, but it's going to be done.